Hello, Namaste and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena and today I will discuss about what is adaptive authentication. Okay, authentication is very important in cybersecurity because it is giving right to the right person to have access on the resources. Okay, so what is that adaptive authentication? We can also say adaptive authentication is the next gen authentication. Okay, so it is just not only you are giving password and then normal you are be authenticated to have access on the resources. Okay, so it is something bigger than normal authentication. Security, we cannot too tight the security. Why? Because it can irritate the users. So we need to make a balance between the security and the convenience. So whatever the security feature we are implementing, if it will be too high, it will create problem for the users. Okay, so that what they will do in this case, they will find different way to bypass the security. Clear? And knowingly and unknowingly, if they will bypass the security, small bypass can be a very big hole, a very big path for the cyber criminals. They can come in our network and can damage a lot. So the security and the convenience should be in the balance, right? And as we know, your chain of the security as much as strong the weakest key of or weakest part of that particular chain. Okay, a small mistake can create a blunder in the organization. Okay, so we need to make a balance between those. Now what exactly is the adaptive authentication? Adaptive authentication means just not only the password. You may have something, you remember something. Okay, just to authenticate, you also need to prove something more. And if any change will we just face, it can intelligently find out here something changed. Even you can take an example of the Facebook. When we are logging on our Facebook account from other device, from other location, they will just send an alert. Is it you who just log it on? What they are using? Adaptive authentication. Okay, so just not normal authentication. Authentication just little bit go beyond. They are including more steps so that they can protect our data, our resources from the unauthorized person. Okay, so what it includes? Geolocation. If that will find generally a user entering their credential from the specific location. Okay, for example, I'm from Delhi and I'm always just login from Delhi to on the particular location, and if somebody hacked, or I just went to some other place, say my hometown, and I will log in from that one, my geographical location has been changed at that situation, and now the alert will come. Is it you who just log in from the other location? We find out some kind of login from that particular location. Okay, if just we change our device, or we just we are accessing our resources from mobile, and then we say we are accessing from the other device, say laptop, it will also identify yes, some kind of change is there. Some other attributes can be changed, maybe some odd time you are accessing. Okay, or you are changing so frequently, you are changing so many features, so that will be guided. What the change in the behavior as well, they can just find it out. And whatever the risks involved, it will also just count it. For example, if you are accessing the financial organization, say bank, okay, and if you will access from the device, say mobile device, or from the from your bring your own devices, it will create a trouble for the organization, can damage to the data. Okay, or if we are having the completely patched device to have access it, so that will be wonderful situation. It will just secure our resources from the attackers. So adaptive authentication, all in all, we can say just not normally the username and password, it's just go beyond that. Okay, and it's very important. If we want to protect our resources, we can use the multiple authentication methods. Okay, that is, for example, say if we are just trying to log in on our account on internet, on any particular website, then we can say send some code on your phone. Okay, until unless you will not enter that code which is sent, you will not be authenticated to have access it. Okay, somehow if hackers will get the username and password, but they don't have the code which you received on your phone. So making some sense? Yeah. In the next so follow me on the Cybersecurity Prism and get the notification for the next interesting and informative session. Okay, share that session with your friends and the group members as well, so that they will be able to understand what is adaptive authentication and how is it beneficial than the normal authentication methods. Okay, and in the next session I will discuss about what are hacking simulators. Yeah, so namaste, see you in the next session.